So another Andy B 2-minute video. And I was thinking earlier, because one of my sons had dropped some salt over the dining room table. And as it was spread across, we had a family focus where one of us leads us all in a little bit of a focus on the Bible and what God might be saying. I looked at the salt and surprisingly, our son decided to use salt as a hook for his family focus, and there was salt everywhere. And I don't know if you are much up on the Lord of the Rings, but there's a wonderful quote by Bilbo Baggins, and he's talking about how tired he is. He's exceeded how old he should be, and he's really tired. And he says it's like butter spread over too much bread, which is a brilliant picture of what the tiredness might have been like for Bilbo Baggins. But I got thinking about salt and how sometimes the salt goes like salty and then it stops being salty. And how does it stop being salty? And I was thinking about abrasive Christians, for one example. Have you ever met an abrasive Christian? It's too much salt. It's like, could you just tone it down just a little bit? A bit less salt would be good, because everyone around them is really offended and it's not actually a good thing. So we can have too much salt, but as Christians, we're supposed to be like salt. We're supposed to flavour the atmosphere around us. What we're not supposed to do is blend in. If you put too many herbs and whatever into a meal, you end up losing the flavour of any of the herbs and you get this bland mishmash of nothing. And if we're not careful as Christians, we can do that too. We can be into so many things and trying to be so many people that we end up not tasting of anything. But we're supposed to be salty. We're supposed to be standing out in order that the Jesus in us can be experienced by others. And I think one of the reasons why perhaps we get a bit nervous about that is, well, people don't like Jesus and they don't like us with too much Jesus, and we don't want to be too salty, but we're supposed to be standing out and we're supposed to be flavoured. People are supposed to know that you're a Christian. So do people know that you're a Christian in your workplace? You haven't got to be so salty as to be abrasive, but people should know by the way you are, by the peace, by the hope, by the joy, by going the extra mile, by not trying to make yourself look better than everybody else and working for the boss because that's what God commands us to do. Just a thought.